Sri Sai Ram. Hearty welcome to Sri Satya Sai Lok Seva Gurukulam classes. Dear students, it gives me great pleasure to share some thoughts about perimeters and areas of plane figures. Of course, you already studied some basics about it earlier. Let us see some higher aspects on this. First of all, you should know what is meant by a plane figure. Figure is something which can be drawn on a board, or it can be drawn on a paper, or on any plane, okay? That is called figure. It has got two dimensions. You can see here, it is a figure. Any way you can draw. There is no rules that it's been like this. If you give a pencil or a pen to a child and give a paper, go on drawing and enjoys. Okay, that is called figure. The same thing, if you have three dimension, we call it as solids. Okay, like cube, cuboid, cylinder, etc. are called solids. But now we are discussing about plane figures, which has total length of the boundary of the figure. So this is called the boundary of the figure, and total length, see here, starts from here, 2 plus 3 is 5, 5.5, 8.5, 9, 13, 17, 17.5, 19.5, 20, 22. So 22 is the total length of all sides. That is what is called as perimeter. Okay, and also if you come to the area, what is area? You can see the colored region. How it is formed? It is a region occupied by a plane figure. So that is why the shading is done, just to show the difference. What you show earlier was sum of all the sides. Now we are showing inside. So that is a region occupied by the plane figure. That is what is called as area. And how do you measure the area? That is measured in what is called as square units. If it is meter, you write square meter. If it is centimeter, you write square centimeter. Okay, square units, because it is something connected to the area. So if you make a small squares, convert this figure into small squares, then the area becomes 200 square millimeter. Means these are all squares of 1 millimeter dimension. So there will be 200 square millimeters. So there will be 200 squares of each side millimeter. Okay, so that is what is called as area. And the area must be written in the form of square units. Okay, and now let us see some of the specific figures, perimeter and areas of some specific quadrilaterals and triangles. So first you must know what is meant by quadrilateral. Quadrilateral is a plane figure having 4 sides, and if you have 3 sides, then we call it as triangles, and these sides must meet at what are called as vertices. So these points, what you call, are called vertices. Each is called as a vertex. For example, in a square you have 4 sides and all the sides are equal. We call it as length L. So for a square, area is given by formula L square. perimeter is given by the formula 4L. And in your daily life you see so many squares like this. Here, what is speciality of square? All the sides are equal, all the angles are equal and equal to 90 degrees, and the two diagonals are equal. Diagonals meet at right angles. So that is about squares. And you have seen so many squares in daily life, like square field you find, and most interesting is Rubik cube. In Rubik cube you find different colors of squares, right? So the length and breadth must be same. In that case area becomes L square and perimeter becomes 4L. Okay, and this is how the area is represented. So convert into square units and add all this, you get the concerned square. Okay. Then one more interesting and most important quadrilateral having 4 sides, that is called as rectangle. In the rectangle there will be longer side called as length. Here length, L is called as length, and there is no rules that you should call it as only L. You can call any name, no problem. Here B is called as breadth. And how many lengths you have? You will have 2 lengths. How many breadths? 2 breadths. So you find that there will be 2 breadths and 2 lengths. Totally it becomes 2 into L plus B is the formula for perimeter. P is called perimeter, nothing but sum total of all sides, and area is given by the formula L into B, and you have to express in terms of square units. This rectangle also you see in daily life in many places, and here in rectangle all the angles are equal to 90 degrees and there will be 2 lengths here. That's why it is in 2L. 2 breadths here, 2 lengths and 2 breadths, and each angle will be equal to 90 degrees. So that is the speciality of rectangle. So all the angles are 90 degrees and there will be 2 diagonals also, and the 2 diagonals bisect each other. So now you can see the difference between the square and rectangle. In a square all the sides are equal, here opposite sides are equal. And one more thing is squares diagonals bisect at right angles. Here there is, of course they bisect each other but not at right angles. So this is another special type of quadrilateral which you find in daily life. For example, you can find a playground, the form of a quadrilateral, and so many figures will be right angles, sorry these rectangles, and fields will be there, rectangular field. So like that in daily life you find or come across with lot of rectangles. The third one is called parallelogram. So here in a parallelogram opposite sides are equal. There will be 2 pairs of opposite sides. So these 2 sides, opposite sides are equal, and the area of parallelogram is given by base into height BH, and the circumference is given by the formula A here and A here. So 2A it becomes, and B and B 2B. So 2A plus 2B. So we can say all rectangles are parallelograms, but all parallelograms are not rectangles. Why? In rectangle each angle is 90 degrees. Here each angle is not 90 degrees, but opposite angles will be equal and opposite sides are equal like this only, but difference is that right angle. Okay, so this is the formula, base into height. Here the formula is length into breadth. So note the difference, that is also called as parallelogram. And let us see some more. One is called rhombus. In rhombus, it looks like a square and the perimeter is given by the formula 4L because all the sides are equal. So again you can use the logic, this is called logic. All squares are rhombuses, but all rhombuses are not squares, because in a square each angle is 90 degrees. Here opposite angles are equal but not 90 degrees. Okay, like square their diagonals bisect at right angles, that is there, but in a square diagonals will be equal. Here diagonals are not equal, we call it as D1 and D2. What is a diagonal? Diagonal is a line segment joining the opposite vertices. For example, here BD is called one diagonal, the AC is called another diagonal. So area of rhombus is given by a formula A is equal to half D1 D2. So know the formula correctly. Okay, already we have seen 3, this is the 4th one, and perimeter is given by the formula 4 into L. You may call it as A also, B also, whatever it is, but 4 times you must take because all of them are equal. So that is about rhombus. And the next one is called trapezium. So trapezium is again a quadrilateral having one pair of parallel sides. So one of the parallel sides, this is one pair is parallel. Here suppose you call this trapezium as ABCD. Here side AB will be parallel to CD, and AD and BC are called non-parallel sides, and of course the sum of these two will be 180 degrees. So that is also there. Suppose this you have x degree here, this becomes 180 degrees minus x, they are called supplementary angles. So in a trapezium the perimeter is given by the formula sum of all the sides, and if the non-parallel sides are equal we call it as isosceles trapezium. Okay, and area is given by the formula half h into a plus b, and you may ask how you get it. That is a different case, we already studied in 8th class. Suppose you join a diagonal, it becomes 2 triangles, the area of 2 triangles you must add it. In the first case it will be first half HA, second case it will be half HB. If you add it, half H become common, you get inside a half H into a plus b square units. Here also these are all measured in terms of square units. This also, when you write an area, you must write it as square units. Okay, that is the 5th type of quadrilateral. And last but not the least, we say a general quadrilateral. For example, this is a trapezium which I am referring to. And of course again you can say all trapeziums can become quadrilateral, but all quadrilaterals need not be trapezium. So here in a trapezium you have one set parallel to each other, one pair of opposite sides. Here there is no rules, it can be anything. So quadrilateral is again a general quadrilateral, if you have, they will have 4 vertices, namely A, B, C, D or P, Q, R, S, whatever you call, and you have 2 diagonals AC and BD, 2 diagonals, and all the sides need not be equal. So whatever you told so far is all about quadrilaterals only, but it is a general thing. In such case, area is given by the formula half of D into H1 plus H2, and perimeter, sum of all the sides. We call it as, say suppose you have like this may be A, B, C, D. So A plus B plus C plus D, sum of all the sides will be perimeter. So these are different kinds of quadrilaterals. Okay, this already you have studied it, we are just reminded the formula. Now coming to triangles. When you say triangle, there will be 6 types of triangles. Regarding sides, we have 3 types. This is the general triangle, where you have 3 vertices, namely PQR or ABC or XYZ, whatever you call, and this is called a base. B is called a base, BC is called a base, and this is called the height. Suppose you have a point here H, a perpendicular is drawn here, so AD will be called as height H. So area of this triangle will be half B into H. B means base, H means height, and of the triangle is given by the formula A plus B plus C, because it is a general triangle. So in a general triangle you have the formula like this. Okay. Now coming to one specific triangle, you have a right angle triangle. In a right angle triangle, so this is a right angle triangle, right angled here, and the longest side, this is the longest side, and that is called as hypotenuse. So in a right angle triangle you have B called base, A called height. So area is equal to half of AB, and perimeter is given by the formula A plus B plus C. Suppose A and B are given, you can find out C. How? By using Pythagoras theorem. C is equal to root of A square plus B square. For example, if B is 3 units and A is 4 units, then 3 square plus 4 square, 9 plus 16, 25, C becomes 5. So this is one special type of right triangle which is called right angle triangle, and here sides need not be equal, they will not be equal at all, and there will be an angle here, and that angle will be 90 degrees. The longest side opposite to the biggest angle is called as hypotenuse. Why I am telling is, you already studied this, but for problem purpose you should know all these basics clearly. So this side is called as hypotenuse. That is one special type of triangle. And one more is equilateral triangle. When all the 3 sides are equal, then perimeter given by the formula 3A, area is given by the formula root of 3A square by 4. Here root of 3 is almost approximately equal to 1.73. For problem purpose you should know that. Root of 2 will be about 1.4, 1.73 like that. Root of 3 is 1.73. So this is, and you may ask how you got this formula. For that you have to use a Pythagoras theorem. We call it as height here, and you have to find the height, and then you must take, say like this, this is half A and this is half A. So this squared minus this squared gives this. You get root 3A square by 4. You must note that the root should be only for 3, not for A square, right? So that is the different kind of triangle. Similarly, you have one more called as scalene triangle, wherein all the sides are different. And then you have a very special formula, and that is called as Heron's formula. So this is for a triangle ABC, where all the sides are different. See here, A is different, B is different, C is different, and height is called h. Of course, we don't use that in the formula. It is a special formula invented by a mathematician called Heron. So this is called as Heron's formula. Just as you have heard about Pythagoras, Apollonius, Archimedes, and so on, he is also one of the famous mathematician called Heron, who found out a formula. Of course, this formula also, you can work out these problems by other method also by using Pythagoras, but it takes, it's a lengthy process. Once you use this formula, which you come to know at the end of the period, it will be very easy. What is S here? S is half the perimeter. What is perimeter? A plus B plus C. And if you divide by 2, it gives S. And that S you must use in the formula. You must learn it, practice it 5 to 10 times, telling root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. Okay. So S minus one side, S minus second side, S minus third side. That root, that is what is called as Heron formula to find the area of a triangle. Okay. Now shall we work out some problems on this? So you note down all the formulas one side and all the details also, and using that you shall work out some problems. Find the area of a square whose perimeter is 80 meters. So you are given with the square, perimeter is given. So in a square, as we have just now discussed, there will be 4 sides. All the 4 sides are equal, and that is 80 meters. So if the perimeter becomes 80, what is the side of each side? Length of each side is 80 by 4. 80 by 4, that will be equal to 20 meters. How you got it? Okay. Now perimeter is given. What do you have to find out? You have to find out the area. Area means what? The space occupied by the figure. And that is, how do you get it? Formula number 1. A is equal to L square. L is how much? 20. 20 square is how much? 400. You are supposed to learn the squares of 1 to 25 numbers. Okay. 2 square, 3 square, 4 square, 5 square, up to 25 square. Here 20 square is 400. Is it alright? One of the simplest formula, and this carries only 1 mark, because so diagonal of a square is given by the formula root of 2L. Suppose you want to find the length of diagonal. This will be root of 2L. And what do you mean by diagonal? Diagonal is nothing but the line joining the opposite. So that is given by the formula root of 2L. Suppose in a problem, if you are asked to find out the diagonal, then write it as root of 2L and apply the answer. Okay. And one more problem. This is about a triangular field. Here just now you have seen the formula. So this is called base, this is called the height. In the question you are given that the base is 3 times the altitude, and so the base is, that is B is equal to 3 times the altitude, means height. And here in this question you are neither given the base nor given the altitude. What you are given? That you have to use the what is called as, the rate is given, cost of plowing. So now it is rainy season. Rainy season, the farmers, what the farmers do? That is what Lal Bahadur Shastri said, Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan. They are like the backbone of the whole nation. What do the Jawans do? Jawans protect our country from the attack of enemies outside. What do the Kisans do? Kisans will, work in the field, do a lot of hard work. They produce grains like rice, ragi, wheat and so on. And they will supply to all the people of the country. So you must be grateful for them. They are very hard workers. They have to bear the sun's heat, shower of rain, the cold and all that. But they are very strong people. They in North Karnataka they eat maize, jawar, maize and all, rotis. In South Karnataka they use ragi balls. They eat ragi balls, become strong, and just 1 or 2 ragi balls is sufficient for them for the whole day. So here what I mean to say is, here the rate of plowing the field, that is what the farmers do. Plow, when the rain comes now, they will soften the surfaces. Plowing the field is given to be 15 rupees 15, and total become 20,250 rupees for plowing. Then that is nothing but 15A, because for 1 square meter 15 rupees, total is 20,250 rupees. So divide this by this. So if you divide 20,250, that is the total cost of plowing, divided by, for every square meter it is 15 rupees, and if you divide it you get 1350. So much, that is what you are getting, that is what is called area. So what you have done here, the total cost of plowing divided by plowing per meter, per square meter is 15 rupees. So that is how you get area. So area is known, and it is given that B is equal to 3H, base is equal to 3H. So by using this formula, what is the area of the triangle? Half into base into height. So apply it there, half into, instead of B we write it as 3H, because B is equal to 3H, into H by formula. So this is the height, this is the base. So half into 3H into H is equal to 1350, that is the area. Area is given 1350. Use this formula. So 3H into H, 3H square it becomes. So if you bring that 3 down, it becomes 1350. This 2 will go up. 1350 into 2 by 3. That is, if you cancel, you get 450, and into 2, that is equal to 900 square meters. That is the height square. How to find out height? Height is square root of 900, that is equal to 30 meters, and base will be 3 times height, that is 3 into 30, that is equal to 90 meters. Okay, this is all the question, is a 2-mark question. It is called understanding question. First one was a knowledge question, direct question. Here it is understanding, that you must know how to convert, how to get the area first. Then you have to find the relation between the two, base and height. Then you have to find the answer. Okay. Now coming to next question. Now about rhombus. Find the perimeter and area of the rhombus whose diagonals are 12 and 16. So this is rhombus. As I just now told you, in rhombus all the sides are equal. But here they are asking perimeter. For finding perimeter, length is not given. Then what they are given? They are given two diagonals. For a rhombus there will be two diagonals which bisect at right angles. So bisect means what? The two parts will be equal. That is, suppose you say 16 by 2 becomes 8 and other diagonal is 12. So the half becomes 6 and 6. So use Pythagoras theorem. In triangle AOB, base is 6 and height is 8. Find out hypotenuse. Suppose you call this as AB square, BO square plus AO square. So BO square will be BO is given to be 8 and AO is 6. Using that, find out AB. It is a right angle triangle. That is by Pythagoras theorem. So this is by Pythagoras theorem, a very famous formula for right angle triangle. Can anybody define it? What is it? The square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides. So AB square is equal to AO square plus BO square. AO is 6, BO is 8. So if you add it, you get 8 square is how much? 64. And this is 8 square is 64 and 6 square is 36. If you add it, you get 100. And AB is nothing but square root of 100 becomes 10 centimeters. So in a, one side of a rhombus becomes 10 centimeter. We have 4 sides which are all equal. All these 4 sides of rhombus are equal. So 4 into L becomes 40. Is it alright? That is a special type of quadrilateral, namely rhombus. So this is a question on that. So area becomes half of D1 D2 formula. So D1 is 16, D2 is 12 and area becomes 96 square centimeters. It's a 2-mark question, it's a direct question. Only thing is you should know how to find out the side by using Pythagoras theorem. Is it alright? That is about rhombus. Coming to next question, that is about trapezium. It is special type of quadrilateral. Here one pair of sides will be parallel to each other. These are called non-parallel sides. The distance between the parallel sides will be equal at all places. You heard about parallel lines, right? There are two lines which do not meet each other, however much you produce, are called as parallel sides, or the distance between the two lines are same throughout. So here you are given that area is given to be 80, distance between them is 5. So h is 5. H is given to be 5. Area is 80. Total area is 80. And area of trapezium 80, distance between the parallel sides is 5. One of the parallel sides is 12. So one of the parallel sides means, suppose you take it as A, that is 12, or you can take it as B also, no problem. So that is equal to 12 centimeters given. Height is given, one side is given. Now use the formula. A is equal to, what is the formula? Just refer what you have studied in the beginning. Half of h into A plus B. What is A and B? They are parallel sides. What is h? Height between the parallel sides. So if we apply, you get half of A. H means how much? 5 centimeters. H is 5 into one side is 12, other side is not known, B, small b. Now you have to solve with a simple equation here. An equation having one variable is called as simple equation. So using the simple equation formula, this 2 will go up. So here what happens is 5 into 12 plus b is equal to 2 will go up, 80 into 2, and then you want 12 plus b, no, 12 plus b becomes 80 into 2 by 5. Here it is multiplied, and you bring the other side becomes by 5. 5 ones are 5 16s are. 16 into 2 becomes 32. So much of centimeters. That is how you got it. So what is the answer for B? B will be, bring this 12 this side. Then 32 minus 12 becomes 20 centimeters. So one side is, they are given 5, one side is given to be 12 centimeters, other side becomes 20 centimeters. Okay, that is how we got the answer for parallelogram. They are asked to find out the length of the other parallel side. So length of the other parallel side, that answer you must write, half mark for that. Length of the other parallel side. As you know, trapezium has two parallel, one pair of parallel sides. One side is 12, other side becomes 20. And suppose you apply this in this formula, you are bound to get 80. Okay, that is an important problem or interesting problem, you can say, carrying 2 marks in the examination. Now we will come to triangles. Find the area of a triangle whose sides are 15, 16 and 17. What type of triangle it is? We have got what is called as scalene triangle. If the 3 sides of a triangle are different, we call it as scalene triangle. Okay, what is the formula you must use then? As we have discussed earlier, it is Heron's formula. So first, for Heron's formula, what do you want? S you must find out. How do you get S? S is nothing but given by the formula A plus B plus C by 2. And what is A? 15. What is B? 16. What is C? 17 by 2. That is 48 by 2 becomes 24. So half of the perimeter becomes 24. And then what you become, S minus A becomes 24 minus A becomes 9. S minus B, 24 minus 16, 8. What is S minus C? 24 minus 17. So use this in the formula. What is the formula called? Heron's formula. And there you have root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. And don't forget to put the root up to the end. Some of them will write only half like this. And lastly they write S minus C. That is wrong. It is not permitted. Okay. The root refers to whole of it. Don't write like this. This is wrong. So what is the correct answer? Correct is up to C, S minus C you must write. Okay. These are all very small things, but you should know correctly. Okay. Now let us apply this now. First step. What is S? 24. S minus A, 9. S minus B, 8. S minus C, 7. So 24 into 9 into 8 into 7. How to find root? Need not multiply whole thing. Try to use your skills. For example, you have root of 9. You know it already, root of 9. And here there will be 24 can be written as 8 into 3. 9 into 8 into 7. So there will be 2 8s here. 1 8 here, another 2 8 here. So root of 8 square becomes 8. Root of 3 square, 9 is 3 square. So this can be written as root of 8 square into 3 square. That is how 24 is taken out. Into what remains inside? Here is 1 3, here is 1 7. Into 21. That is how you got it. When you take root 8 square and root 3 square, 24 will come out, and inside you have 21. So answer is root of 24 into 21. That becomes the answer. Now let us see some of the assignments. You have to write the answers for this. Come prepared. Find the length and breadth of a rectangular field is 22.5 and length is 22.5 meters and breadth is 12.5 meters. Find the area of the field. Direct question. A is equal to L into B. Length of the barbed wire required to fence the field. Means what? You think about it and work out. Okay. Area of a triangle is 280 square centimeters. Base is 70 centimeters. Find the corresponding altitude. Use the formula. Get the answer. Using Heron's formula, find the area of equilateral triangle of whose sides is 12 centimeters. Find the altitude of the triangle. Okay. Come prepared for this. In the next class we will meet. Thank you. Wish you all best of luck. Sai Ram.